Hi guys, let's watch this video.
What is happening in Lagos is total madness. The real estate industry has completely gone rogue. A lot of us don't even understand how crazy this is. I was recently in Malaysia and I spent 1 week in this apartment.
So this apartment costs about $27 per night here in Kuala Lumpur. Let me give you a room tour. This is my room. And here we have a small kitchen. We have a fridge, a cooker, we have some pots and kitchen utensils. Right here we have a microwave. Got me. So this is the small dining area. Here you have the bathroom and the toilet. You can see this is the bedroom. You have the TV, you have the AC, the Wi-Fi details here. And I think there's also something here. Oh, the hair dryer, steamer. It's just very nice. I think I like it. This is what you get for $27 per night. Amazing view. Look at that. Look at that.
Now let's talk about the amenities and facilities of this apartment. They have open spaces for relaxation, hangouts and mini gatherings. They have a massive rooftop pool. There is a gym. They have workstations. They have 24/7 security. They have washing machines and dryers. And the best part is the location. This place is right at the city center. A studio apartment in Kuala Lumpur costs between 1,000 to 1,500 ringgit, which is about $250 to $350 per month. If you convert this to Naira, it's going to be about 4.2 million Naira per year. Now, this is the craziest part. Do you know that the apartment comes fully furnished? I'm talking about bed, mattress, wardrobe, refrigerator, AC, TV, washing machine, microwave, and so on. And it doesn't end there. For facilities like gym, 24/7 security, pool, and so on. Meanwhile, an agent will take you to a tiny and empty apartment in Lagos, confidently tell you that it is 6 million per annum. How long are we going to tolerate this? The official minimum wage in Malaysia is 1,700 ringgit per month, which is about 600,000 Naira. And here we are in Nigeria with 70,000 minimum wage. And they expect us to pay 1,000% of our minimum wage for rent. Like, what exactly is going on? The more I travel, the more I realize that Lagos is extremely ridiculously expensive. You pay a lot of money and you do not get value for what you're paying for. Why will I move into an empty apartment? I'm going to furnish it myself. I'm even going to renovate it. Some apartments are so terrible that you can't even stay there. Some you stay there for a month and the roof is already leaking. You know, it's just crazy. It is crazy. Like, how long are we going to continue like this? How long are we going to continue like this?
Alright guys, I really don't know this lady, but what attracted me was the city she mentioned is the city where I'm living in. And this has been my concern on the price of things in our country, Nigeria. You know, things are so expensive in our country that you can't even imagine. Okay, she mentioned about 70k minimum wage in Lagos. Sometimes I used to ask myself, how can someone survive with 70k minimum wage in Nigeria? When you look at the rate of the high expensive how things are in that country, especially cities like Lagos, Abuja, and some of them like Port Harcourt, things are so expensive that the minimum wage, you start to ask yourself, how are people surviving in these countries? That's why nobody can be trusted. Most of the people cannot be trusted. You can entrust something in somebody's hand and he will mess it up. Because why? The person sometimes might be, it's not that he wants to do that, but maybe the person is in a very tight corner. So things are damn expensive in our country that sometimes I don't even understand. Sometimes I don't even understand. Let me tell you few things that I see in a place like Malaysia and why things are, I cannot say it's cheap here, but it's controlled according to what people are earning. You see, most of the time we come out to shout about we are buying things expensive. Instead of us to attack the real people or comment on the real people, we are attacking individuals. For me, my view is that this is not an individual thing. It's not a person that gives you this apartment that is the problem. The problem is the state of things in our country. That is the problem. see, in a place like Malaysia and more other places, Asia, America, price of things are controlled. Okay, let me tell you. Right now, I'm in the market, right? I'm just waiting outside the market. If I bring up my camera, if I turn this camera, I am right now in the market. Okay? When you look at this camera outside, you can see that the place you are looking at now is in the market. All right? And the price of things are controlled. All right? I just want to show you a little bit. This is like a local market. All right? Like a local market in the city. Like in Kuala Lumpur, they have so many local markets. They have supermarket. They also have local market and buy things. They also have it here. Why do they have it here? Someone might ask, why do they have it here? They have it here because there are still people that want to go extend to find things where it's cheaper. So one of the things problem we have in our country is this. We don't put people that don't have much we don't put them in when we're making decisions. We only think about how we want to live life like a rich people. We don't think about people that are poor. We don't put them when we are doing enacting our laws, when we are doing things, we don't put them into consideration. A place like Malaysia, they still have a place like this where an average person that cannot buy things in the supermarket will come and buy things. You know, I know we also have it in our places, but what I'm trying to say is this: as developed as Malaysia is, someone might think that this kind of place, this doesn't exist, but it still exists. Why? Because they know that there are people that want to go on a budget. Okay, these are the reasons. And the uncontrolled price in our country is very bad. The price that is not controlled. As low as this market that I showed you just now, you cannot sell things the way you want to sell things. It's still controlled. There is a threshold that you cannot pass. There are authorities that are coming to this market. They don't want to tell you, they'll just bump into the market. They can come disguised to check if you are selling things above the threshold. They can tell you things like tomato. Things like tomatoes. Let's take for example. Tomato price is weekly. You have your own supplier. You can sell cheaper than a certain rate. They can tell you, okay, this week you are going to sell 5 ringgit 50 cents per kilo. Here they sell by kilo, right? But they will also tell you cannot exceed 5 ringgit 70 cents. So you are within the threshold of 5 ringgit 50 cents and 5 ringgit 70 cents. So when you sell above these prices, you already have problem, because the authorities, they'll come almost every day to check it. So we are in a country where price of things are not controlled. Now, I'm not gonna fault the woman in the market that is not controlling the price. No, I'm not gonna fault them. Why? Because it's the duty of government to put this threshold. It's the duty of government to control this. Someone might ask, why are you going to, as the government, going to tell me what I'm going to sell? The government here is going to tell you how you're going to sell. Because the government, they subsidize most of these things. The government, if you are a farmer, government will give you subsidy. Government will give you loan. So with these things that government is giving to you, government have rights over you. So in our own place, you did not give me loan, you don't subsidize anything for me. Why are you going to tell me how much to sell? So what point am I trying to point in here? Now, we know how to fight individuals. Individuals partially is not a problem. The main problem in our country is the government. Because someone that is selling chicken here, I don't want to go inside. I could have gone inside and show you how much is chicken today. It will shock you how much is chicken here. But this one that is selling this chicken, government can tell you that you will sell 8 ringgit to 8 ringgit 50 cents. That is the average. Okay? 8 ringgit to 8 ringgit 50 cents as of today. You cannot say above that. If you say above that, government is going to come after you. Why? Because when government, sometimes they give you loan. Sometimes government will buy chicks and give to you free. So with these things government are giving to you, government have right over you. But in our country, Nothing. Government don't care about you. Government, for you to get a loan, the bank will squeeze hell out of you before you get a loan. So for individuals that are doing business in Nigeria, you can afford them. Because why? I struggle to set up this business, so you don't have right over me, so to say. Okay, like what the lady is saying. When you look at the projects here, let me tell you, the place the lady show is just like a normal place. It's a normal place. That place is not for the rich. It might shock you that the place this lady is showing you, where she stayed in Kuala Lumpur, that place is not for the rich. That place is for average. But why is it like this? Because controlled. Probably the person that have that place got a loan from government. Probably here you cannot buy cash. How do you get the money to buy cash? Even people that have cash don't buy property cash. Because when you buy something cash, it triggers something. Because you don't buy cash. You just pay a certain percentage, maybe 10% or 15% or 20%, how the case may be, and you take it. Every month you'll be paying. Can I surprise you that the money that this lady paid in this Airbnb is from that money they are paying the bank. But in our country, the person that owned these apartments didn't get any finance from the government. He didn't get any finance from the bank. He did it by himself. Do you know how much is the price of cement in our country now? Uncontrolled. When you call them, any amount they tell you for that day, that is the price. They can tell you today cement price is 12,500. Tomorrow, you can call them and they tell you it's 20K. So, government is not taking part in the production of these things. So, people can take a risk, do whatever they want to do, and start up a business and tell you their price, the amount they want to sell. Let me shock you. As of 2022, I got a shock of my life. I was in Nigeria 2022. And I don't want to mention the name of the name of this hotel. It's 5-star hotel, and this hotel is everywhere in the world. It's in Nigeria, in Abuja. As of 2022, this hotel is charging $1,000 a day in Abuja. And this same hotel in Kuala Lumpur is charging less than 600 ringgit. Why? Am I going to find this hotel in Nigeria? No. Because most of the amenities is very expensive to maintain, because the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. Probably there's no light and they are burning petrol or gas in that branch in Nigeria to be able to give people the kind of life, to maintain that level of life. So the problem here is not really the individuals, because people will come and be fighting individual, why are you still expensive? It's not the individual problem from my own viewpoint. 70-80% is not individual problem. Most of the things is the economy where we found ourselves. Most of these things is the government. The price of things are controlled. Price of running these things are very expensive in Nigeria. It's very, very expensive. I know we have some atom of greed. And this atom of greed is engineered by uncertainties. That's my understanding. Our people have greed. That one is true. But a percentage of this, our greed, is engineered by uncertainties in business. When you open this business, there's no, so to say, a strong insurance. Let's take an example. So if I'm starting this business, it's 100% at my own risk. If anything happened to this business today, I have gone totally broke. I have fallen totally from up the sky and crashed on the floor. Why someone that is doing business in a place like Kuala Lumpur, even when something like fire burn your business, you don't lose anything. The only thing you lose is a matter of time. Once you are genuine, you didn't do anything hanky-panky, the insurance will pay you. Okay, let me take, for example now. In Nigeria, you see people when they are, let's say, a car got burnt. You see someone put a hand on her hair. Someone want to kill himself. It's not like that here. Once your car is insured, if there is a fire in the car, the only thing you can do is to go for your safety. Whatever is in that car, some people they don't even disturb themselves to look for fire extinguisher to off it. What they do, they will just come outside and call the firefighters. Maybe before the firefighter arrive, or depending on the situation, if the car is burnt, they don't care. You just call your insurance company. After some months, insurance company will pay you according to their own value of the car. So I see it that sometimes we are fighting the wrong battle in our country. We are fighting the wrong people in our country. When things like this happen, when price of things are that expensive, where is the control? The business that people are opening in a country, where is the participation of the government in this? How is the bank participating in this to make things to be cheaper? Guys, this is what I have for you this morning. Have a good day. If you have any view, please tell me at the comment section. Kudos.